handbags, saddlebags, wallets, and belts.
Key cases, key rings, moccasins, and pelts.
Tandy has hundreds of projects you'll want to try.
Here's our basic kit to show you why.
This is the Tandy Basic Leathercraft Kit. It includes all that you see here, the basic tools and instructions you'll need to design and build your own leather wristband, key case, and wallet. Imagine you can take an ordinary piece of leather like this and turn it into a beautiful wallet like this. With the Tandy Basic Leathercraft Kit, your imagination and a little practice, you'll be well on your way to understanding why so many people find leathercraft a fun hobby that can be profitable too.
First, we're going to see what we can do with the basic tools. Find the plain rectangle of leather in your kit that looks like this. It is called a halfback. Using a sponge, dampen the smooth or grain side of the halfback with water. Dampening the halfback prepares the leather for cutting and stamping. Dry leather is very hard to cut or stamp. Your leather is ready for stamping when it returns to its original color, generally in 1 or 2 minutes.
These are the 6 stamping tools that are included with your basic leathercraft kit. Each has a name. This is the Veinner tool. When held firmly against the leather and struck with the mallet, it leaves an impression like this. Notice the color of the stamped leather. The golden brown color means that the moisture content of the leather is just right. By moving the tool over a bit and hitting it again, another impression is made. Stamping the Veinner in a straight line makes a simple border. Each of the other 5 stamping tools work in the same way and leave their own distinct impression when stamped into the leather.
You can easily change the pattern of the tools by how you position them on the leather. Here are some basic patterns made with the Veinner.
You can add another tool for an accent pattern.
Or alternate tools in your pattern.
Or combine other tools to create your border designs.
Practice your own design on the halfback and build projects like these. You are limited only by your imagination. You can make up your own patterns or visit your local Tandy Leathercraft store for ideas. You can have fun creating hundreds of designs with the 7 basic tools supplied in your kit.
Now you are ready to work on your wristband and key case. Select your favorite stamping border design for your wristband. Prepare the wristband leather the same way you did the halfback, by first dampening it with water. When the wristband is ready, begin stamping your design. The tool should leave an impression that is golden brown in color if your leather is dampened correctly. After you have finished stamping your wristband, apply a light coat of Super Sheen with a sponge by rubbing lightly. Super Sheen will waterproof and polish your design. That's it. You're finished.
Prepare your key case leather with a damp sponge in the same way you did your wristband. We have chosen an attractive design for your key case that is an alternating tools pattern. Here we have stamped the border with the camouflage and Vayner tools. To enhance the border design, the pear shader is used to texture the center area of the key case. When stamping is completed, we once again apply a light coat of super sheen to waterproof and polish the design. It's that easy.
To finish your key case with the whip stitch, cut off 1 yard of leather lace. Align the outside holes on the key plate as shown here. Rubber cement the key plate in place along the lacing holes only.
When dry, begin the whip stitch at the top of the key case where there's 2 thicknesses of leather. Beginning on the stamped front side, pull the needle and lace through the first hole. Leave about 3/4 of an inch of the lacing end and go on to lace the next hole. Pull the stitch tight. The lacing end is then tucked in between both pieces of leather.
Now start looping over and over all the way around the key case until you return to the starting point.
When lacing a corner, go through the corner holes twice, as shown here.
End your lacing the same way you started, by tucking the lace in between both pieces of leather. Your lacing is now complete.
It's amazing what you can do with only 7 leathercraft tools and a little imagination. You have created interesting borders, designs, and textures on useful leather projects, and you've just begun.
Our last project is one everyone can use. A leather wallet handcrafted for years of use. For your wallet, you can duplicate the stamping patterns found in the basic Leathercraft manual, or you can design your own.
Start by preparing the leather with a damp sponge. Stamp the border design using the camouflage and cedar tools. You can personalize your wallet with your name or initials. Simply trace the letters found in the manual onto tracing paper or film. This will be your pattern. Place your pattern on top of the damp wallet leather and redraw the traced lines with either a stylus or pencil. This will create an outline of the letter on the wallet back.
The swivel knife is used to cut along the traced line. For easier cutting, practice on your halfback or a practice piece of leather until you feel comfortable with the knife. The knife should be tipped forward so only the corner of the blade cuts into the leather. Follow the traced lines with the knife until all lines have been cut.
The beveler is used to help raise the design by compressing the leather on one side of the knife cut. Hold the beveler vertically in the cut line and strike with the mallet. Move the beveler about 1/3 of its width and strike again. Here the beveler has created a smooth pattern that gives our initial a 3-dimensional appearance.
We've used the swivel knife to add decorative cuts to complete our design. When you are satisfied with your wallet design, apply a coat of Super Sheen to protect the leather.
For your wallet, we'll use a second lacing method called the double loop stitch.
Begin a running stitch in the top corner hole as shown here. Stitch across the top edge to the next corner hole and tie off. Rubber cement the flesh side of the wallet lining to the flesh side of the back, aligning the holes. Allow the cement to dry.
With the carved side of the wallet facing you, begin double loop lacing at the side of the wallet. Pull the needle and lace through the first hole. Leave about 3/4 of an inch of the lacing end and go on to lace the next hole. Pull the stitch tight, lacing over the end you left free.
This forms a cross or bite. Push the needle under the cross or bite. Lace through the next hole. Follow the same procedure, making another cross or bite. Once again, go under the bite and pull the stitch snug. Lace through the next hole. Continue lacing in this manner. When lacing a corner, stitch the 3 corner holes twice.
Be sure to go through the bite on corner stitches.
Hello, good evening. My name is Casey. This is Night Champion Vintage. Hope you're doing okay. Hope wherever you might be right now. Hope you're dry. A lot of weather going around all over the place right now. We're back. We weren't here last week. I put out on Blue Sky that last week real life just got in the way, and it was not going to be the Thursday to start playing games at 10 Central. Generally speaking, though, that's not going to be the case because, well, here we are playing games, playing retro games for the most part. For the most part is going to be key here in just a second. But do reach out and say hello. Gmail, Blue Sky, generally can be found loitering somewhere in and around one of those places. I did find out last week where I was off my schedule, I didn't grab episode 18 in time. So that episode is now lost. Episode 18 no longer exists anywhere. Isn't that sad? It was the one, if you were here 2 weeks ago, I was playing Anticipation, and it beat me. It beat me bad. So, I mean, if we don't get to relive that one, that's okay. Everything else right now, everything that can be listed, it's what is it going to be? So we've done 18, so what, like 16 episodes I think right now, waiting on you. up on the YouTube page. YouTube exists pretty much just as a on demand, just a way to stash all the other shows. But you can find them there on the YouTube. There's a link here on the page. What else? We're back this week. We lost an episode. Oh, preemptive note. This evening, you may have seen, we were talking about just like a few seconds ago, weather, bad weather all over the place tonight. That storm earlier, and I didn't look, I haven't looked in a minute, but that storm, oh, so yeah, that's good to know. Thank you very much. The storm earlier was stretching from Dallas all the way up to Toronto, and right when we were sitting here watching, learning about leathercraft, there's all kinds of lightning and stuff happening outside right now too. So at any given moment tonight, we could very well lose power, and if that happens, well, it'll be pretty obvious if that happens because we won't be, doing this anymore. Yeah, I think that's it. So last week, we weren't here. 2 weeks ago, we played Anticipation. Now here we are this week, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This week it's a lot better, but it's been busy. There's been just been a lot going on. We'll put it like that. And we've talked before. One of the reasons I love the old games, the retro games, so much is, and a lot of it I'm sure is just because that's what was out when I was a kid. There's also the idea that before making games look great was even a real option, they had to be fun or challenging. They had to play well. You had to be really good at solving puzzles or precision jumping or whatever all that is. And I don't have that in me this evening. This is not the evening to try to play Anticipation for 2 hours or really much of anything. So we're kind of bucking the trend this evening. We're going to play something that was actually released in November of 2023. That, friends, is not retro, but still trying to keep up our deal here. And I'm pulling this up too as I'm talking about this. We are going to stick kind of close to something retro. Oh, this is not good. Hang on. All right. Because with all this going on, of course, too, I have to try a brand new way of setting everything up. Let's work with this for a second. So, the game we're going to play tonight, not retro at all, but I feel like if you swung by this evening because you are into retro games, either because that's what was around when you were a kid, or just because that's what was really cool, because retro games are really cool, this is probably still going to be kind of up your alley. And let me see here. And now I'm straight up vamping to try to make all this work, so do bear with me. Okay, gonna go here. Then we're gonna press this. I'm gonna tell you, still very much. Thank God for the Stream Deck. Love that Stream Deck. Okay. Hang on, I promise we are gonna do this here in just a second. Okay, here's this. There's that. This is happening here. Okay. This was so it came out in November of 2023, and this was, honestly, it was probably my favorite game of 2023, and realistically 2024 too. I have music playing now. I can hear it, and I don't think you can quite yet. Let's fix that. All right. So tonight's game, again, not truly retro necessarily, but still very much in the retro wheelhouse. I don't want to solve puzzles this evening. I don't want to do precision. I just want to liquefy some bad guys this evening. So what better way to liquefy the bad guys than with a little bit of a trip to Rogue City this evening. RoboCop. Rogue City. I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. And now you can see what I was saying by not a retro game, clearly by any stretch of the imagination. but there we go. See, I had to go and try to make everything all brand new tonight. Alright, let's go. Not even worried about it. Back this off a little bit. Make that there. Okay. So, let's do a new Game Plus campaign. Now, I have played through this a few times at this point. Oh no, what has happened to my... There we go. Alright, so we're going to do a new Game Plus campaign. I've played through this a few times. I don't know that I have done Game Plus on hard. So, of course, let's just get into that right now. While everything is so speculative. Casey Wong! Love Casey Wong. I want to do something kind of Rudy Poot. No, I'm not going to move anything right now.
3 minutes and we give you the world. Good evening. I'm Casey Wong. A military submarine that went missing over 3 years ago has suddenly reappeared in the Baltic Sea. Confused seamen mistakenly opened fire on the last Lapland reservation.
Bear with me. Again. Having to do a lot of working things out here on the fly. Because why wouldn't we just use a brand new setup this evening? Okay. Casey Wong. Now, is this actually Mario Machado? No? Is it my no? Uh-oh. There we go. I promise you here in just a second, I'm going to quit fidgeting with everything, and we're just going to play. Alright. You know what? That's going to have to be good enough. Let's play.
Killing 12. Thankfully, our homesick sailors are back on U.S. soil. Welcome back, boys. In local news, a new crime wave that is sweeping Detroit has already claimed the lives of 21 police officers. Here's a statement from the head of OCP, Omni Consumer Products.
I might wind up getting that one.
The Detroit Police Department.
Old Detroit has a cancer, and that cancer is crime.
I have a follow-up here in just a second.
And OCP holds the scalpel.
According to our sources, the attacks were aimed at catching the attention of a man whose identity remains unknown.
Yeah,
This dangerous
it
new
does.
guy in town seems to have his eye on doing business in old Detroit.
Hands off me. Shut
I'm sorry. There seems to be a
Disturbance? I'm a big fan. Now move. Don't adjust your television sets. Your regularly scheduled program will be back shortly. Now, this message goes out to the new guy in town. It seems that
The
you
new
need to make
guy.
money in this great city of ours.
Dealer of drugs in OCP.
That the Torchheads are open for business. You may have heard of us as the #1 supplier of nuke in old Detroit.
You may have.
The most potent, addictive drug available in front of every convenience store, school, or library near you. But that's not all we're capable of. Let's get you up here. We'll get Officer Howard to illustrate the point.
I have a sudden desire to listen to The Prodigy.
Drug bust that cost us a lot of money. We want to reward this dutiful officer with a performance bonus. A lifetime supply of nuke. Oh man, you're gonna have the time of your life. There you go. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
New guy. Us Torchheads are more than capable of doing whatever you need done in our city. What is it, huh?
Which is not the brag you think it is.
Smuggling,
If you're Torchhead.
drug dealing, good old-fashioned murder. We do it all.
They do.
You've got the money, we've got the power. So let's talk.
Okay. Yeah, so the 2D Terminator game, it looks great. I picked up I think the same company did the Predator: The Hunting Ground game, and it's pretty good. I like that. And I should also to clarify that tonight we're very possibly going to get a lot of like hanging up, and this may not be visually one of the more appealing shows. Oh, I take it all back. Yeah. See, I think yeah. Some of this may not look fantastic, but it's okay. This is what we're doing. Well, I can't say playing old games and talking about them because they're not playing old games. All right. Oh yeah, this is problematic for me. It is. So, I am. Let's see if I'm. Yes, that's not good. Hey, all right. So I have not played this on. Usually, when I'm playing this game, it's either it's just on the big TV, and I'm realizing now that I'm trying to play this on a really small laptop screen. Ooh, can I have? No, the glitch-looking thing is completely on my end because I'm realizing now that this may not have been the idea that I thought it was. So, yeah. You know what? This is not going to work as well as I thought it would. Alright, here's what we're going to do. You know what? We're not going to worry about it. We're going to... I have an idea. I have an idea. Bear with me just one moment here. Let's go back this because I do love my Stream Deck. Sometimes we try things and they, they don't work. And it's okay. Because what we're going to do now, we are going to just roll with it. Bear with me. Let me get a couple things set up on my end here. This is Night Champion Vintage. Sometimes we're a little more together than this, and sometimes we're still absolutely not at all. My name is Casey. Would love to hear from you on the Blue Sky. Shut that down. Let's go over here and turn this on. And you get rid of the Xbox, and then we're going to go back over here, and we're just going to pull up our friend, the emulator. The emulator. Hang on, huh? And let's go here. And let's see if we can get this to happen. Oh man. I don't think it's the capture card so much as it is just kind of the way that I was trying to put it together over here. I worked that out maybe an hour before I went live. If anything, I think I just got a little over ambitious this evening, but that's all right, you know. It's good to try stuff every now and again. And then if this will work right here, which I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna work. Let's find out. Nope, not there. Well. I know you could hear that audio there. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to hang out and just fix this here, hopefully at some point. Game is going to pop up. That would be great. Alright, so we're going to capture a window. We're going to capture that window. No, 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 not RoboCop versus Terminator. God, no. No, I have standards. Actually, at this point, I'm wondering if I'm going to be playing anything. Are you there? Are you there? Well, tell you what we're going to do. Let me try one more thing here. And then we might just throw back to a video real quick and let me mess around for a minute. And then we can see. I appreciate that. I think I have an idea what might be going on here. Yeah. All right. Give me a few minutes here. Just sit tight for a second. I'm going to throw over here to this, and we'll try to see if we can get something worked out, and be right back in just a minute. It's Night Champion Vintage. Theoretically, it's Night Champion Vintage.
Welcome to Getting on the Internet Easy. The Internet is the network of networks that links users around the world. It's complex and even mysterious because few people know everything about it. But there are some basics about the Internet that are relatively easy to learn. The Internet. This program is for anyone who will use the Internet. We've simplified commands and processes so you'll get a feel for what the Internet is all about. But it takes time. Time spent cruising on the net to really get proficient. So take the time now to watch this program all the way through. Then go online and use what you've learned. Here's what we'll cover. Some history and description of the Internet. Then the big picture. We'll also look at some commercial access providers and costs, and talk technical about modems and communication software that link your computer to the net. Then we'll get to the good stuff, the networks you can access and some tools you use to find information. Finally, we'll cover netiquette and talk about the importance of guarding against viruses on the Internet. The Internet began in the late 60s. Communications and data experts at the Department of Defense created a way for computer networks to connect to each other without a central control mechanism. The absence of central control would make it impossible for enemy countries to disrupt U.S. communications in the event of a nuclear war. That's why today there is no Internet company that you simply dial up. The Internet is a network of networks, university, government, commercial, and other networks that are all connected worldwide. There's more than 30 million users and an estimated million more users going online every month. The big picture. So how do you get on the Internet? Well, you have your computer's modem dial up a commercial data network like SprintNet or MCI's TimeNet. At the login prompt, you enter the name of your Internet access provider, then your username and password. The Internet provider will have the powerful, high-speed hardware and software that's needed to talk with the Internet networks. There are ways for individuals to access the net directly, but they require some significant expense and technical expertise, and are beyond the scope of this program. In general, individual users access the net through an access provider. Once you connect to the net, you can send messages to other people on electronic mail.
Hi. Here we are again. All right. Excuse me. So this is Night Champion Vintage, theoretically, and if this doesn't work, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay. I am at a loss here. I cannot get... Yeah. Well... Not sure exactly what this is I am running into this evening. This is new. This is a new one. I'm gonna try to go through here and yeah. Let's go over and I have gone through literally every little thing I can on my end, and it is just straight up not working. Was there something truly offensive in that video, by the by? I missed it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. There we go. Whoo. Okay. So was there something in the video that perhaps I shouldn't have seen? A lot of that stuff I'm just grabbing from archive.org and throwing it on TV. They're throwing it on Twitch, so I don't know. Okay. And you know the thing of it is, I don't even like this game. This is by no means one of my favorite games or at all, but damn it, we're playing something. Been on for 23 minutes. We can play once and die for all I care. We're playing something. Alright, what do we got here? Block action. I don't know if I can pull a gun. I think that happens automatically a little later on. Alright. Don't care. Don't hit me. Don't care. I am... Okay. Uh-oh, there it is. I don't remember how to pull my weapon. This exact moment, I don't care. Just glad to be doing something. It's an honor just to be nominated here at OCP. You know, I was so proud of my little idea I was going to try with the Xbox this evening, but it's okay. You know what? Excuse me. I think it's the video game gods or whatever have you. Just saying, hey man, you know what? Don't play new games. Don't play new games. You see, and you know what? The first time I tried to play a relatively new game, and everything went to hell. You know? I think there's something to be learned there. Just don't ever venture out of your comfort zone and try new things because it's not worth it. That's the big takeaway, I think. I officially do not care how I do for the rest of this game, by the by. You're coming with me. That was my Peter Weller, which, if anything, sounds a little bit like Space Ghost. Are you getting enough oxygen? Creep. I feel like there's a gimmick to this that I do not remember. Is it just punching? I'm gonna tell you, punching doesn't really feel like a great gimmick, if I'm being honest. George Lowe, yeah. Love me some George Lowe. My thighs ache. Are you getting enough oxygen? No, it's really not. But you know, at this point, I'm pulling the nose up. You know, it's a theme. I do love RoboCop. I do. Rogue City is a great game, but look, RoboCop, fantastic motion picture. There, what, 3 movies, a remake, 2 TV shows. That sounds right. Let's see, we had Peter Weller was in 1 and 2. Is that right? And then Robert John Burke came along for part 3. And then there were... I think I'm getting this right. There were 2 RoboCop TV shows in the 90s. One was in the 90s, and it was just like regular first run, middle of a Saturday syndication. And then there was another one that showed here on syndication, but was produced for Canadian TV. And it was basically... it was everything that you would think Canadian RoboCop would be. Yeah. No Nancy Allen. Which, I mean... if you're gonna do RoboCop, I think you need Lewis. That's just me. The remake, the Colin Farrell remake, was it Colin Farrell? Or was he just Total Recall? Whoever it was in the RoboCop remake, was it a bad movie because of them? No, but it just was not. It didn't work. And a cartoon for kids. Oh, that's right. I had the RoboCop action figures when I was a kid that had the like the cap gun in the back. You put the roll of caps in the back, and then you could flip the little hammer, and RoboCop would actually fire a little round, because that's how we did it back then. Yeah, those toys were fun. Or they didn't move very well, but they looked cool, and just the cap thing. I like that. Oh man, so let's do all the fun part again. My name is Casey. This is Night Champion Vintage. We're just, you know what? It's RoboCop. We'll just make it official. It's RoboCop night here on Night Champion Vintage. Not the one I planned on playing. Certainly not the way I planned on the show starting this evening. But here we are. Episode 19. Episode 18 has disappeared, never to be seen again. Episode 15, copyright issues, will likely never be heard again. Everything else up on the YouTube. Got Blue Sky, got Gmail. That's really it. Yeah, also got this neat little Stream Deck here. You can't see it. Trust me, it's great. I love my Stream Deck. All right, back to it. Short range sensor biometabolizer oil pressure motor unit. Main fuel battery. I just... like, even if I didn't love RoboCop, this just looks cool. Just like as a game, it just looks cool. Gun holder. Shockproof frame. So you gotta serve the public trust, right? Sure. Number 2, you protect the innocent. Absolutely. Makes sense. Number 3, uphold the law. Yeah. And then Directive 4. Do you remember Directive 4? It wound up being, and I'm not gonna get it exactly right, but it was basically that RoboCop can't hurt anybody who works with OCP, or an executive of OCP. Prescient? Is prescient the word I'm looking for? OG RoboCop. Murderer's row of all-time great character actors. First off, look, Nancy Allen. Let's don't gloss over Nancy Allen, okay? Lewis is the literal heart of this movie, of this franchise. I've said it. Of course, Peter Weller, not only is he RoboCop, he was also Buckaroo Banzai. Peter Weller, interesting dude. He was, or is, and I may not get this exactly right, he's like the head of the film department at UCLA for a while. Like, you could just be taught film and acting from Peter by God Weller, from Buckaroo Banzai. Buckaroo Banzai would teach you how to act. Dick Jones, played by Ronnie Cox of Deliverance fame, played the banjo in Deliverance. Not that part. He's the banjo guy. Miguel Ferrer as was it Bob Morton? The guy coming up behind Dick Jones. He's actually the one who comes up with the RoboCop program. Miguel Ferrer. And let us not sleep on Connell Coughlin as the old man, the head of OCP. Bad dude. Connell Coughlin, you might also remember, as the president of the Silver Shamrock Corporation in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I don't listen to Halloween 3 hate. I don't. The movie's too good. We're not going to listen to how bad it is. It's an amazing movie. Connell Coughlin. Great in that movie. Ain't that always the way? Alright, let's challenge again. Might as well. I'm leaving out... Nah, Halloween 3's great. It's great. And look, again, Halloween is my favorite movie. I love Halloween. It's my favorite motion picture ever. Halloween 3, fantastic. As a rule, movies that star Tom Atkins, they're not bad movies. They're just not. I feel like I'm leaving somebody. Let's see. Dick Jones, the old man, Bob Morton. Oh, Kurtwood Smith as Clarence Boddicker, who is just a nasty, terrible human being, Clarence Boddicker. But he has, and I'm not going to say it here because, well, my son's probably watching because the school's been canceled tomorrow. But Kurtwood Smith has one of the greatest entrance scenes in a movie. One of the best two-line entrances. I want to say it so bad, but I'm not going to. Yeah. Clarence Boddicker, one of those, like, just a reprehensible person, but charismatic as all hell. What is his name? He played Jack Bauer's brother. What is his name? Paul McCrane. Emil Antonowski. He is the guy who is famous in RoboCop for essentially melting. Love me some. I think it's McCrae. I feel like I'm not doing something right here. I said I kind of just don't care. At this point, we're just hanging out, right? Okay, well. You know, RoboCop's never discouraged. I sure the hell can be. RoboCop, never. I'm gonna poke around here for just a second while we're. Yeah, it ain't great. It ain't great, you know. I've certainly played worse, but yeah, it's not wonderful. I mean, there's always a Probe production. Yeah. RoboCop 3, originally written by Frank Miller. Is that right? I have the comic that they made years after the fact, which is now many years ago, of his script. You know, is it a great movie? Hell no, but has its moments. He wrote 2, and then I think there is a script he did for 3, and I don't know if that's the one that actually got filmed or what, but yeah, I think that's what it is. They changed his, so his is the one that got released as the comic. It's over there on a shelf somewhere, but... Rescue your trapped colleagues from the clutches of the evil splatterpunks. Oh, this is wonderful. And I'm going to tell you, I've known a couple splatterpunks in my day. They're not bad people. Oh, yes, because of that scene in the movie where RoboCop jumps. Oh, this is truly special. Oh, yeah. What are we doing here? What is this game? Oh, you can't go back. You can't go back. You make an excellent point. Although this could be like the thing, was it Konami? Yeah, because they had that rule. Nintendo had a rule that you could only license. You could only make. They would only release like 3 licensed games in a year from the one publisher or something like that if you're a third party. So like Konami opened up like 3 or 4 little labels, and all they did was serve to release Konami games for the Nintendo to get around their weird licensing thing. So I say all this to say that if you're seeing a crap game that's era appropriate, if it says LJN or not, it's mathematically possible. This is Night Champion Vintage. My name is Casey. This is not the night that I thought we were having, but you know what? I'm glad we're having it. Every Thursday, 10 Central, hanging out, playing old video games, and as we have learned, we don't need to deviate from that formula, so, yeah, no. God, this is... That's RoboCop 3. Well done. Oh, wow. That looks cool. That looks very cool. Am I supposed to be doing things right now? Oh. Oh, I want to reallocate. Or do... I don't know what I just did. I don't know. Can I stand on you? Okay. It's odd. You know, I'll say this. NES was, looking back now, I mean, it looks how it looks, and it plays how it plays, but I can tell you, if you ever meet somebody with whose beard is in a similar color to this, and they play games, they came up hard, man. The NES was no joke. It's like I was saying, like a lot of these games, they couldn't look great, so they just had to hopefully play well, and so I started making 2 points at the same time there. Oh! No, NES difficult is very much a thing. Yeah, NES difficult, very much a thing. I think having played RoboCop games when they came out in the late 80s and early 90s, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's... Hang on. Ooh. Crap. I'm trying to do way too much now. I don't know. I kind of love just... on the whole, old, weird-looking technology and art and stuff. So in a weird kind of way, like, even horrible-looking old Nintendo games, to me, they still look kind of cool. But again, a lot of that's just personal taste, because I like looking at weird stuff. This game is weird. He handles weird. I don't get that. Oh, yeah. There. Ah! You remember I was saying at the very beginning that I didn't really want to worry about jumping and precision and stuff? Yeah, that's it. Alright. We are officially... We're going to turn this into... We're doing potpourri. You know what? We are just going to, Turrican and just pretend you're RoboCop. I pretend I'm RoboCop doing most things, if I'm being honest. It's not true. Alright, this is Casey. This is Night Champion Vintage. That's the name of the stream and the channel, not me. I'm just Casey. Hello. Thursday nights, 10 o'clock. Hanging out, playing games, rolling with it. Making like Steve Winwood, rolling with it, baby, you know. Trying to look for what's the next thing we should be playing here. What looks good? You know what? I don't know if I really know Turrican. So why don't we just do Super Turrican? I'll do Super Turrican and pretend I'm RoboCop. Boom. I'm ready for something. Don't know what. Oh. Oh, I like that jump. And then you got... Okay. And what are we doing here? We'll pause. This is an emulator. So it is on somebody's ripped ass ROMs and junk. It made its way to me. Not digging this though. I like the spread on that gun. That's pretty cool. Can I get through here? Looks like I can. Yeah, this is a little more in line with the experience I was hoping to get from the RoboCop games. Yeah, this is fun. I did not know this game. This one got past me. That's the other thing too. I feel like NES games, and I mean really any console that was around for a minute, but like NES games, they're like Frank Zappa albums. Anybody tells you they know them all, they are lying. They just are. Yeah. Y'all just want to blow this off and listen to some Zappa? I'll tell you this thing, the playing video game, old, well, I'm not doing straight cartridges anymore, but do the same thing with vinyl. Alright. Big jump. Big bad jump. I'm not sure if I know Factor 5. I'm not sure if I'm suddenly even going the right way. I suddenly died. Okay. Game over. Alright. I like that. I can see spending some more time on that. Oh, man. So here we are, hanging out, playing our old games. Our retro vintage, not old games, just like we do every Thursday. I went this past weekend, my son and I, we got out for a little bit and went to, I'm not going to identify it, but went to what is, in my neck of the woods, probably my favorite place over the last few years to go and pick up games and cartridges and stuff. We were talking about, recently we've talked about how the collector market, the speculators and everything, it's getting ridiculous trying to go out and buy cartridges and collect everything. And this is the first time I've been to the store in a couple months, and I went in and I noticed, like, that this place has, and like a lot of places do, they've got, the stuff on the wall, and then you have the stuff behind the case or the cases, right? And generally, there would be stuff on the wall for 20, 30, 40 bucks, maybe. And then once you start getting like 50, 100, blah, 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 all that stuff's going to be locked up behind a case. I went in, and everything on the wall was like all copies of, Duck Hunt and 10-Yard Fight, stuff which is fine, but then like a dozen copies of that. And then everything out, literally, like they had a copy of, and you were playing MTV Remote Control a couple weeks ago. It's not a good game. It's fun. It's not good. But like they had stuff like that locked up in the cabinet now. I saw a copy of Final Fight 3. And I love me some Final Fight. Love me some Mike Hager. I saw a copy of Final Fight 3 for the Super Nintendo. They wanted $800 for it. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. And there's really nothing I can, there's nothing to be done about it. I'm not, Yeah, $800 for a copy of Final Fight 3. I am old enough to remember comic books in the 90s when all this kind of stuff started happening then too. And it's just, buy what you want to buy, do whatever you want to do. But my God, this whole speculating thing, it's really getting stupid with the whole retro video game thing. But end of soapbox. Let's find another game to play, because that's the whole point, right? Getting together and playing the games, not buying them and keeping them on a shelf and hoping they're worth a lot one day. No. Let us see. What is something I have not done in a while? Play successfully here on the stream. Yeah, $800. Like, no. And I was trying to think of like what game I would pay $800 for, and there's not one. Like, if I'm going to pay, like, we're not talking carts at that point, and honestly, I'm not paying $800 for anything like video game related at all. Just not at this stage of my life. Ooh, Terminator and Terminator 2. No, we're not going to do that. Alright, gotta find something here. What are we gonna do? You can play Wayne's World. If you follow Blue Sky, there was a little bit of back and forth about Wayne's World and the terribleness of it. Man. Let's see. All right. I'll pick a letter. J. What do we got in the J's? Jetsons. Jim Henson's Muppet Adventure. Chaos at the Carnival. I don't know. I mean, I don't love Muppets or anything. This already just feels like a bad idea. I don't remember this game. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, I do know this game. Wait a minute. This is... Nah, I think, it's a no from me, Frog. It's horrible. The Wayne's World game, it is so bad. It is so bad. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I've totally not, you know what? I'm not doing this. So the Turrican game, let me get this going over here. Developed by one guy, only released in the EU. That's why I never heard of it. Okay. That's wild. Alright, let's do... And again, this entire thing all started because I didn't want to put a lot of thought into it. How about that? Let's go back to an old favorite. I gotta regulate. If you remember, Burger Time and Golgo 13, we first signed this thing on back around Thanksgiving, were two games I mentioned specifically really wanted to play. And I have yet to stream Golgo 13. I'll be honest with you, I think I'm scared to. I just thought there's a lot to Golgo 13. There is a lot to it for me at this point in my life to play for 2 hours on a Thursday night. Burger Time, we make it happen, though. Actually, Burger Time... I'm doing this off the top of my head again. Burger Time might have actually been the reason that we switched to emulation. Because, you know, the whole thing when we first started, we only did carts. And I think switching over to Burger Time was a or switching over to playing Burger Time, there we go, was a big part of the reason why we made the switch. I don't know what it is about this game. I was talking about this when we actually streamed it on purpose. I have no connection to this game. There's not a story about it. It's not one. There's not a particular cabinet somewhere that I have a fondness for or anything. I dig Burger Time. I don't know. I think it goes back to the whole thing of if you can't make them look great, make them fun. And the music. I'm all about this Burger Time music. Oh, did not time that out at all. Do I have another one? Okay. And that's it. I'm dead. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Alright. It's cool. Yeah, we're just going to hang out and play some Burger Time now for a minute, just because I need this. Seriously, that music. And I just realized, too, I think my levels may be out of whack here, but We're not stressing this evening. There are things to stress out about over. Audio levels on the game of Burger Time. Not one of those things. We're not going to worry about it. Ooh, this, I don't like this. Don't like this. Don't like this. Actually, let me... No, said that I am worried about these levels. Yeah. It sounds like a carousel. But not a scary one. No. Not hardly. No, like I said, I have no backstory with this game. I just dig Burger Time. I don't know. I have a vague memory of it being advertised in a lot of the comics I read when I was a kid. I remember that. But yeah. They did the same thing for in television games. I didn't really go anywhere near those either. Trying to think if I ever had a... There was a bar that I used to hang out at. It's been closed for, God, 20 years now. 20 years now. They had a Miss Pac-Man machine for a while, and I think I had the record on that for a hot minute, but I don't know. And most of my arcade stuff when I was a kid, yeah, I don't think I really had like my machine somewhere. I don't know. I played the ass out of some Simpsons pinball. And honestly, just the Simpsons arcade at the old, the Barrel of Fun in Rivergate, Tennessee. Not really the name of the town, but it'll keep you off the trail enough. Mm. Yeah. I miss the days of the demo. Oh man. Had a pretty decent little run there, then I'm gonna wind up using like all the lives I have left on a bun. Hey! We're all very excited. We're all very excited. These are happy times. Happy times. Oh, I did... I did that thing where I thought that you got new pepper when you start, and you don't. I think you have to get the ice cream to get the pepper. Clearly. Yeah, you want to keep those moves up. And scene. Alright, let's do one more. And then I actually feel like it's okay to take a quick break. To be honest with you, I need to pee and get some pistachios, if I'm being honest there. Burgers or chicken sandwiches? It depends. Normally, I'm a burger guy. But I am by no means chicken sandwich averse. Hate to meet the man who was. Ah. Dang. Sorry to cuss. Yeah, I don't really know that the restaurant behind Burger Time is really... I don't know that they're a good ambassador for the hamburger as a whole, but, you know. Crap, how do you get more pepper? Do you... You gotta freeze them and drop a thing on them? Or if they're... I don't know. Focus up. Focus up, Casey. That's exactly what I meant by focus up. Precisely. Game over. Well, we're playing games now and enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I've been having a good time this entire time, but you know, that's just me. My name is Casey. It's Night Champion Vintage. Thursdays at 10, we get together. We play old games. Sometimes it goes smoothly, sometimes it does not, but generally speaking, it always goes. That's good. This evening, I will tell you, as always, I'm sitting here in my den, just on the other side of my laptop. The TV is on. What are we playing this week? Abbott Elementary. Got some Abbott playing right now. I like that show. I like Mr. Johnson. Okay, give me just a few minutes here. Gonna go and do a couple of things and stuffs and things and whatnots, and we'll be right back with more playing something. I have no idea. We made us do more Burger Time, but we might not. You won't know if you don't come back. It's Night Champion Vintage.
He is an opponent to be feared and a surefire snooker star of the future.
Okay, the new frame of snooker, beginning of the frame, and obviously the first shot, the break-off shot, is the most important. What you're going to try and do here, depending on the obviously score in the match, is to try and get your opponent in trouble. There's two options really, to play an attacking break or to play a defensive break. What I mean by that is, if you're 3 or 4 frames down in a match, obviously, and your opponent is playing very, very well, you don't want to sort of try and break the balls up. What we're going to try and do is just try and keep them tied off the initial break-off so we can get in and develop the reds. So the first one is called a defensive break. We're going to play off the end red, 3 cushions, top, side, side again, hopefully landing somewhere around in this ear behind the yellow. Well, it's a little bit narrow. Obviously, I've left him my red onto the corner pocket. I'd like the white really to be somewhere in this area. So I'm trying to put my opponent under pressure as soon as possible. Now, we've opened 3 or 4 reds there because initially, if he does miss and mess up the safety shot, then I'm going to go straight in and hopefully make a good break. Okay, just going to break off here now. I'm going to play the end red of the pack. A little bit left-hand side on the white. Bring it round the 2, 3 cushions, hopefully somewhere in bulk around the yellow spot. Try not to open the pack too much, and we're going to try and put Stephen in trouble. That's not too bad. A little bit now has left Stephen with a attempt at a safety shot. Okay, we've seen the defensive break. What we're going to try and play now is an attacking break. You're 3 or 4 frames in a match, up in a match I should say, and what we're going to try and do is spread the balls more evenly over the table, try and open 3 or 4 more reds, so put the opponent under pressure as quickly as possible. So what we're going to try and do is play the cue ball onto the second red this time, instead of the end red of the pack. 3 cushions again, hopefully bringing the white roughly around behind the yellow spot. So it's left-hand side on the cue ball, half ball, and there you go, a pot off the break. That's obviously a fluke, but it's in good position. Really, you can take either the brown into the centre pocket or just drop the white behind the yellow ball, putting your opponent in a lot of trouble. As you can see, the reds are now evenly spread, and obviously if you get in amongst the reds, you can make a substantial break to continue the pressure on your opponent and win yet another frame.
So I've just set up a little demonstration here where I've got to swerve around the red to hit the object ball, which is a green. To do this, I have to raise the butt of the cue, a lot of bottom of the white ball and right-hand side, and swerving around red at the green. And for every shot in the game, you need a good basic style and stance. So the way I do it, obviously everyone has different styles. I put my right foot in first, which points in the same direction as the shot is. Then bring my left foot in slightly in front of my left leg. My left leg is bent and the right leg is straight. And for the bridge, the basic bridge is spread the 4 fingers, then raise the knuckles, then bring your thumb up towards your fingers to form a groove to which the cue goes through nice and smoothly. And the cue goes straight through the middle of my chin, and keep the whole body still, head still, and pot the red. Now for potting difficult shots like long shots, which means John put a couple of there, you just follow up the same routine by keeping the body straight and your head's completely still when playing the shot. Watching the white until it stops.
One of the most common things that I see when I go into clubs and snooker centres is the amount of people who actually grip a cue badly. And I think it's a very, very important point of view starting off. I think the main way to pick the cue is nice and firm in the first finger and the thumb, and only slightly harder on the second finger, and the last 2 should be very, very light on the cue. I know some players hold it in the back 2 fingers, but I prefer to do it in the front, and it gives you a freedom of movement with your fingers to go backwards and forwards. I've seen a lot of people with the thumb on the top and holding it at the end of the fingers. It's not really a good thing to do. You want a nice firm on the first finger and the thumb, and just gentle with the others. Another thing that the club players asked me to do is show them how to screw the ball back. The amount of people who've been playing for a long time and can't manage to do that is quite unbelievable. I think the best way to do this is a very simple shot, is to explain to them that the tip of the cue must go through the cue ball a certain length, nice and long and smooth. So you'd probably play the screw back like this. Address the white at the bottom, and you're practicing with a nice smooth cue action the shot you're going to play, and then you push the tip through the cue ball, and you get the screw back. And hopefully, you don't go in the pocket when you play. This particular trick shot is called the pink pearl, and the idea of this is that I can on the first red out of the pack, and the pink comes out of the middle of the 6 reds, crosses the table, and goes into the centre pocket. And it should go something like this. It worked. The idea of this shot is once again to pop the pink, and we hit the cue ball with the red onto the front red. The one past the pink moves out the way, and the pink travels, hits the red over the middle hole, and should go in the middle. We'll see. Another one that worked.
That pink one, it just right in there. Hey, Night Champion Vintage, welcome back. My name is Casey. Thursdays, 10 Central, getting together, playing video games of various bygone eras and whatnots. Excuse me. A little more time left this evening. Of course, we've been rolling with it. We've been shifting gears and just kind of doing potpourri this evening on the show. And just kind of thinking, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do when we come back? We could talk about snooker. Everything I know about snooker, I just learned a second ago, but we can talk about it. John Parrott, was that his name? He seems okay. I don't know anything about him. I may have just played a video of a horrible person playing snooker, and I don't know it. But regardless, we're not going to talk about snooker. We're going to play. This was a game. We did this before. Night After Christmas? I think that's right. Regardless, somehow, and it became, I think it might actually still be like the most popular show that we've done so far, because, people love their Monopoly. People love their Monopoly. I love Monopoly. Let's play some Monopoly. That seems like a wonderful way to kind of start easing out of this Thursday together. 1991 by Parker Brothers, a division of Tonka. If you have never injured yourself on a Tonka truck, you don't know what pain really is. And let's see who we're going to play here. Oh, look. This one's named Ollie. Let's play against Ollie, shall we? No time limits. Nope. I play prison rules. Go first, Ollie. Alright. Wow. Alright, we're not going around the board first. Man, that's great. And And as no one ever does while playing actual Monopoly, the auction rules are in effect. And by the auction rules, I mean we're just playing it the way it was written to be played. There we go. I do like Genesis TurboGrafx and Super Nintendo. I am right now limited in terms of what I can stream for a couple different reasons. I did hardware from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Atari, which we're going to be doing some more of that. But then as far as emulation, right now I'm just kind of hanging out close to the NES. And buying Mediterranean. What? Give me that money, Ollie. $16. I want it. I have... No. I had RetroArch for a minute. And now I'm using literally this thing I found. Oh, see, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Ollie's got a Monopoly. Ollie's got a Monopoly, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this one bit. I'd love to buy houses. I'd love to press B and buy houses, but, Oh, we're just going straight to it. I do love the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I love the hotel music. I don't like that Ollie has already bought hotels, though. That gets you in trouble. Yeah, so you may have hotels, but I got $10. Be taking that railroad. Oh, you got no money? I'll take it. Now, one thing I do like... Alright, cool. Thank you for the heads up. Why is it not happening? There we go. I was going to say, I can't do it now. The beauty part about when you're doing this for the auction and one person has no money is you can pick up, like, Boardwalk for $7, whatever have you. I should have done that originally. Don't be coming back now. Okay, see now, you got no money. See, you went and spent all your money on hotels knowing you had the babies coming. See? It's big business, run amok. Run amok. I do not use Discord. I really don't. I was really hoping I would have a chance to get something on the cheap, but that did not go my way. Bro. Don't be coming back now. I can't hear you. You gonna make money on your own hotels, Ollie? Bro. absolutely gonna... Yeah. What have I got? It's really... There we go. See, like the electric company for $54, and I had a mortgage to do it, but I'll make that back just in energy. When I hear it out loud like that, it feels really sketchy. You know what? Yeah, I'll buy Pennsylvania Avenue for $86. And bust up a Monopoly? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Can do that. Sold! And we ain't trading. We ain't trading. I won't trade yet. There's a variety of sounds happening in my home right now. No, we're not. No. We're absolutely not. 2362. Okay. This would be a really good time to hit something cheap. Or to get something cheap. That ain't it. That ain't it. Now why? See? I'll get in this hole early. I don't even care. That's boardwalk for a hundo. But it makes me feel important to own Boardwalk, though. This is the kind of feeling one usually gets when they pick up Indiana for $155. This feels good. And Ollie, who is apparently my arch nemesis, already has hotels. Take that.
Don't be coming back now.
Don't be coming back now. Probably not, whatever it is. I'll tell you right now, no. See, that's our problem right there. Don't be coming back now. Don't be. Why not? This is officially the worst strategy, but gotta do something.
Sold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nell sunk $181 into Boardwalk and Park Place.
Sold.
No money to build. I'm probably about to mortgage everything that isn't a utility or a railroad, which at this point I don't think is much. No, see, because I still got to get through his... Why not?
Sold.
And that's why... Well, let's just do it. It's whatever's left. We'll start building the empire. So I got a couple of railroads, Park Place, Boardwalk, Mediterranean, and the utilities. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah. Crap. Nah, not yet. Oh yeah. Got a house on Baltic, got a house on Mediterranean. You don't even know. You don't even know. Oh, wait. Of course. Enjoy your free train tickets. Just putting some houses in. This way. I'll have something to sell here in a minute. Things go to shit. There you go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, come on. Ugh. That sucks. Just rub it in. Just rub it in. Yeah, God forbid I make any money. God forbid I have to, you know what? No. No. Just whatever it is. Nah. Nope. Nope. I know, right? I know. I stay in jail. Don't be coming back now. Don't be coming back now. Don't get Schmitty. Don't get Schmitty. That would have been nice. That, yeah, it's me. I am the nearest utility. Of course. Thanks, Ollie. This feels like a fix at this point.
Don't be coming back now.
Oh, I won't be. I didn't plan on coming back this time. Or any of the other times. Oh, I don't even mean the game. I mean Monopoly's justice system. There you go.
Don't be coming back now.
$50, $50. No. No. Going out on my sword.
Don't be coming back now.
I owned property. I had homes. I had many homes. Not great homes, not luxury homes by any stretch of the imagination, but homes, plural.
Don't be coming back now.
Can't get ahead. I figure as soon as I step out of jail, man's waiting to collect my rent. I ain't even been there. I've been in jail. I used to own that railroad. Oh, sure you did, old timer. Christmas fun matures. Sometimes Monopoly feels like you're playing the Trading Places home game. Not in a good way. Would love to have that. I own this railroad. Now, if my math is right, if I hit one of these hotels, I got nothing. Yep. I declare bankruptcy. It's a much bigger deal in my head. You seem so proud of yourself, Ollie, with your $6,695,000 and your fancy spats. Not wearing a monocle, though, because Mr. Monopoly does not wear a monocle. It's true. Oh man, this is Night Champion Vintage. I'm going to tell you, this could have gone either way, but I feel like we've had a good one this evening. I feel like we have a good one every Thursday when we get together and we do this. Although sometimes we don't get housed by Ollie at Monopoly, but you know, sometimes we do, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, lives don't hang in the balance here. We're just hanging out and playing video games, right? Watching some impressive lightning outside. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised that we did not lose power at all this evening. I knew that was just going to happen. You know, I knew it, especially with not being able to do it last week and coming back this week. I had it in my head we were going to lose power. So go us for not doing that, right? I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up this evening. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground. We've covered a lot of ground we didn't plan on covering this evening, but we covered it. That's what matters. Gmail, Blue Sky, right there in front of you. Do come by. Do say hello. Do make plans to join us every Thursday at 10 o'clock Central to get together and play something with varying degrees of success. But, you know, I may be biased, but it's always a good time. And we will see you next Thursday. This is Night Champion Vintage.